Hey guys, how's it going? Bhavesh this side back with another video. Guys, I hope you're doing good. In this video, I'll be brutally honest about all the things which recently been happening for my agency. And like on YouTube, there are not hundreds, but there are thousands of YouTube videos on starting and scaling your marketing agency, right? So you go on YouTube and you search for how to start a marketing agency. You find, like, let's suppose you find a video on this is how you will decide a niche, this is how you'll start the outreach, and this is how you'll get the appointments, and this is how you will close the clients. And in the end, after, like, let's suppose 1,000 viewers watch that exact video, only around 5 to 10 got clients, or maybe less than that. Why not the other 100, right? Why not the other 900 people, right? Or why not the entire audience got the clients? Why? What's the reason? Just think about it. Why not, like, all the people who watched that video, why didn't they get like actually got the client? What they were like actually lagging behind with, right? So guys, in this specific video, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And before you start your agency, what things you have to actually consider, and what things you have to keep in your mind, because guys, running an agency isn't an easy job, right? So let's start off with building the mindset, right? I'll try to keep this video very very short for you guys. I'm not here to waste your time, but yeah, let's start with building the mindset. So guys, there's a quote, it's all in the mind, right? And what exactly that means is, like, if you can just convince your subconscious mind that you already have that thing, you already have that thing which you're actually craving for, then it will be in your life, not at this present moment but in the future, very soon. That's exactly how mind works, right? So first of all, before starting your agency, you gotta convince your mind, like, I already have a successful marketing agency. Guys, obviously you'll be laughing at this stuff, but just bear with me for some time. Then I'm going to talk about some actionable steps as well. But as of now, mindset is very important, and if you haven't figured out your mindset, guys, maybe chances are less you're going to be successful with your marketing agency. So when I started out, I had like very, I wasn't very much good with my mindset. I used to think like way too negative stuff. So there's a trait of all the business owners, all the entrepreneurs out there, like thinking negative, thinking the worst case scenario, being pessimistic, right? And being pessimistic means, like, for a specific scenario, for a specific thing, or whatever is happening, we think the best case scenario, we think the worst case scenario, right? So as of now, I also think the worst case scenario, because guys, if I fail, I should know where I will be falling on, right? But at the same time, when I think the best, I think, like, uh, I dream very big. And whenever I dream big, so what happens is, even if you fail, I won't be failing, like, I'll still be successful. That's what I mean, right? Like, you should dream that big. Even if you fail to achieve that particular dream, your goal, even if you fall back, you should still be successful, because you have, like, dreamt very big, right? That's why you should, like, dream always very big, right? That's my first point. Let's talk about the second point, as training your mind, subconscious mind. So there are like, I'm also never into meditations, I just hate it. And whenever I try to meditate, like, it just impossible for me, just to meditate for, like, straightly closing my eyes for, like, even 2 3 minutes. That's kind of impossible for me, right? So I barely meditate, and whenever I do, it's still, like, kind of not that much perfect, not that much immaculate. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm not asking you to meditate, right? I'm asking you here to start hearing affirmations, right? And go on YouTube and start listening to money affirmations, like, money comes to me easily and effortlessly, something like this. I know a lot of affirmations. I, like, whenever I go to bed, I just like, put my earphones on. I just start listening those informations. That's one way of training your subconscious mind. And when you, like, for example, if you start listening today, for the next 90 days, you're going to remember each and every affirmation what you're going to hear. So what happens is, through the rest out of a day, you're going to still remember those affirmations in your mind. and I'll just keep repeating those affirmations. That's it. That's how you're going to train your subconscious mind. After 90 days, you're going to start seeing the results, right? So the second was affirmations. Let's talk about the third one, stop complaining. So I read a book. In that particular book, that guy actually mentioned, if you will always keep on complaining, right, like to yourself also as well as to the other person, like, yeah, my life isn't like, where I actually thought it should be, and a lot of bad things are happening in my life. I'm getting fat. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't have a job. If you will just keep saying negative things about yourself, then you're going to attract negative things. I just experienced this in my past like few months. I cannot disclose that thing, but yeah, it does happen and it's actually true. How to solve this? You have to stop complaining. If you're not feeling like hitting the gym, just don't complain, just hit the gym instead, right? Just don't complain. If you don't feel like prospecting, just keep your mouth shut and prospect, right? And show up in front of your laptop. Just show up there and start your outreach, right? That's the first way. So stop complaining, right? And when you will feed your mind with positive things, you will only uh, get opportunities which are very positive, right? Because there are negative, there are positive opportunities, right? You don't know which opportunity is good for you unless you actually try it. So if you want to only get positive opportunities, you gotta like train your mind in a positive way. And guys, how subconscious mind works, you just keep on training your mind, training your mind, training your mind. You don't see results, but one day a new door of opportunity opens up, and that's where your first client is, right? And this is kind of a miraculous way of signing your clients. I'm not sure, guys. You'll be. I don't know if you're laughing right now, but just bear with me. I'm going to obviously mention some actionable steps too, but this works. This works. Even if you don't believe me, it's working for me, and I'm just putting this out here for you guys. So yeah, after that, don't you know be willingly ignore the things which is out of your control. For example, if some things are out of your control, just don't try to control it, right? Just don't try to like handle that situation because it's out of your control, and don't think about it. You're just hurting yourself. So that's first. Second, you should always direct your action towards the positive things. So I'm recording this video right now, I'm taking action, so this is positive for me. I can go out there and I can do something negative, and that is also taking action. So taking the right action at the right time will definitely get you positive results for your SMMA business, right? And last, stop creating perceptions. And when I'm saying perceptions, it means like negative, positive perceptions about anyone or your life. Like, this cannot happen with me. I don't think so. Don't anticipate things. Once you stop making false perceptions and making anticipations about everything in your life, you will definitely notice like how your life actually starts changing, right? So guys, I think these are few of the things which I've learned in the past. Let me just recap real quick. Let me just think if I'm leaving something out. uh, uh, um, about that complaining part which I told you. Even if if you have a friend, right? So this is very interesting part. So you and your friend go out just to hang out like in the market, and you start complaining about your life to him or her. And guess what? That your friend was feeling happy, right? He was feeling happy, and now you started complaining to her or him, whatever it is, your friend. And now he also started feeling like he will also start sharing like about his life. And what happens is, like, for example, you can start. For example, if you're complaining about your surgery which happened to you, let's say last week, right? And you are going to tell that complaint to your friend, and your friend will also say like, I have a like uncle, he also had that surgery in the past, and he also like faced this kind of consequences, right? So he also start like complaining, he also start relating your complaints with himself. And now it was you who was like not feeling good, who was feeling discouraged. Now your friend is also not feeling like a positive way. So all I'm saying is, you gotta hang out with people who have like a positive mind, and you don't have to like spread negativity around anyone out there, right? And last is like, only hang out with people from which you get influenced positively, not negative. Obviously, guys, like there are bad influences as well, but I'm talking about positive influences. You learn something from them, you feel confident around them, and in the end they talk money and finances instead of like something random and like about girls, about smoking and everything. Yeah, that's another thing, another part of the life, but still they can do all of those things, but the main priority of the talk is always about money, finances. Why we are not hitting like $10,000 yet? Let's make a plan. So that you should only hang out with people like those. That's it. So guys, this is a truth. I was brutally honest. Whatever I mentioned, I whatever I mentioned right now, I recently experienced these kind of things in my past 1 year, and I'm just summarizing everything and putting it out here. Now, when I first started my agency, in the first year, I didn't knew any of these stuff, and that's why it took me like 2.5 years, or 2 to 2.5 years to scale my agency to $240,000, right? So now you know the stuff, so like use this stuff to your advantage. There are bunch of books you can read, and if you haven't started reading, guys, just start reading books, because I also, you know before I used to do like hate reading books, but I somehow took action and forced myself to read books, and now I started willingly reading books, right? Also, one more thing, and if you will keep on repeating something negative about yourself, it's going to be actually true, not now but later in the future. If you will keep on saying, I don't have confidence talking to girls, I don't feel like I'm going to earn money. Yeah, it's happening, guys, because you are repeating that every single day, and it's going to happen, not now, not today, later next week, or it's keep on compounding. So guys, there are two type of compounding effect. One is positive, one is negative. So if I talk about positive, like let's talk about money. So your money compounds. Similarly, if you have negative balance in your bank account, so it will also start compound, because of course bank charges interest rate, and if your bank have like has a negative balance, it will also compound over time. So you got to pay that negative balance on time, but right. But if you have a positive balance, and then that positive balance will actually compound over time. So this is like, there are positive compounding effect, there's negative compounding effect, right? So guys, this is like everything I personally know. There, like, yeah, of course there's like few more stuff I would like to put it out here, but yeah, let's not talk much about this. Let's talk about the actionable steps. So let's start off with basically getting your first initial clients. You're starting out, you don't have any experience, you decide a niche, you start your outreach. After first week of the outreach, you feel hopeless because you haven't received any response from your client, you haven't booked any meeting, and you're feeling like, yeah, this business model doesn't work for me. And then there's other guy, he was also outreaching for, yeah guys, I don't know, my screen was lagging, just bear with that. I'm definitely going to purchase a new laptop very soon. So what I was saying, like, you outreach for one week, and now you're feeling hopeless because you haven't got any meeting, you haven't got any responses. Now there's another guy similar to you, he also started 1 week back. He's also in the same position, he also hasn't got any clients, any appointments, and any responses. Guess what? But he's feeling like, yeah, next week will be insane, I'm going to like send more connection requests, I'm going to send out more emails, I'm going to do more cold calls. So there's a difference. You're feeling hopeless, and he's feeling like, like he's actually feeling his own ambition right inside him. So you should always feel optimistic about things, right? You don't have to feel negative about things. So now, if you're feeling hopeless, you are going to do the outreach for, let's say, 2 or 3 more weeks. After that, you're just going to give up. But that guy, he will keep on doing the outreach until he get his first appointment, until he get his first client, right? So why that particular guy is like keep on doing outreach without feeling hopeless, or without feeling discouraged? Why? Because when he started his agency out, he already thought about it, like, I'm just not going to give up. There's just plan one, plan A, there's no plan B. That's it. So that's the difference between people who are just starting agencies, right? SMMAs, agency, and the people who make their mind and then start the agency. So if you're someone new who is thinking to start the agency, first of all, like, make your mind. You shouldn't be like, uncertain, like, yeah, if it works out, that's good. If it doesn't work out, I'm just going to get a job. No, guys, it's not happening like that. Make your mind first, go all in, and don't feel like you have a plan B to fall back on. That's it. So after that, guys, like, let's talk about outreach part. So outreach, getting appointments, is the most complex things, right? One of the complex thing in running your agency. And when I started out, there was like a big, I was literally lacking in getting appointments. Obviously, after like 5 6 months of cold calling, I started getting some traction. I built my confidence while cold calling, and after that, finally I started booking some appointments with roofers. And after that, let's talk about after cold calling. After that, I discovered LinkedIn. Obviously, guys, I knew about LinkedIn, but never knew like it can be used for prospecting. I think it was 2019, and I started prospecting. I used to prospect all night. Whenever I used to wake up next day, I used to like wake up to a lot of positive responses. And now, you know what's happening. The competition has been increasing every single day, and now when I like do prospecting at night and wake up the next day, I don't even get a single response. So this is how fast the time is evolving and changing. So I'm saying just don't lag behind. The competition and market saturation is increasing every single day. So all I can say here is, you know, few things you wanna test if your prospecting and outreaching is not working. First things first is your niche. Should have a good niche. Your offer should be actually strong enough, irresistible enough. Like your prospect should feel like, yeah, this is a no-brainer offer. They should actually feel, provide them so much value for maybe less cost. And they should feel, why this guy is offering me appointments as well as free social media management for just $1,500. Just make them think that. And once you can make them think something like that, they're already sold. First is offer. Second, your scripts. If you're just using one script every single day, guys, why are you thinking you're going to get an appointment very soon? I have around 10 to 12 people in my sales team, and I have given them separate scripts, different scripts for different LinkedIn accounts. And what happens is, like, they use different scripts, and we get on a call and they say like, yeah, hey Bhavesh, this script was working good. And some other guy says this script was also working good. Now I know like which two scripts were working good. Now what I'm going to do is, now the entire team is going to use just two of those scripts, because those two scripts got us few appointments. And this is how you test things out as a marketer. Your job is to actually test things out. You cannot just fall on just one thing. Cannot just follow one single thing every single day, right? So you got to make some changes. You got to improve your outreach, and that's how you improve the outreach: by changing scripts, by changing follow-up messages, by changing a little frameworks. Now, so here's one thing I recently discovered. When I started out, I had no references, I had no case studies, no results. Right now, I have a big list of references I can just send out to my prospects and say like, here's a list of the prospect. If you do want to talk to them, talk to them. Our service price is $2,000 plus admin. I can do something like this, guys. And that's why I yesterday I got on a call with my sales team, and finally we implemented something like this. And what we are currently doing in the connection request, what we are doing, we are sending, hey John, one of our client recently made $126,000 with us in just a single month. And if you want, I can drop his number, and you can talk to him about the services. Also, which state are you selling in? So what I'm doing here, I'm actually trying to build the authority, credibility, before even connecting with him. And now when he will actually connect, he will respond to me, hey Bhavesh, I would love to talk to him. How are your services actually getting him results, right? That's it. He's sold. And I know my that particular client is going to say good things about me, because I'm using his reference. And that's it. He's sold. So I never knew about this, but I keep on brainstorming every single day. So as an agency owner, you just don't have to rely on one specific thing. Just keep changing your framework. I was coming back from somewhere, and then I got this idea. It sparked in my mind. After that, it was all about taking action. As soon as I reached back home, I called my sales team over a Zoom call, and that's it. I created around two or three scripts and four follow-up messages with that entire framework, and we will be using those framework by today because we created that yesterday. So from today, we are going to use that offer. And guys, if this works out, guys, I'm dominating the solar industry because I have a lot of references, a lot of case studies, and results. Right. All I want to do is I want to put my offer in front of the audience. That's it. That's it. Right. So I'm assuming you're just starting out, you don't have any references. That's why, as of now, the best thing for you is to work on free trial or to work with beta clients for less cost. Let's say 500, instead of charging 1500, charge $500 plus ad spend, provide them a lot of value upfront. And once you have some references, case studies, video testimonials, then you can start using this kind of offer for yourself. So, what I was talking about is changing frameworks. Have to keep changing on frameworks. You cannot just rely on one specific framework. Whatever just spoke about, that was a framework, right? So that was just one. There are like more framework similar to that. Now let's talk about if your outreach isn't working, what can go wrong. So first is niche, offer, script, changing frameworks, and volume. Guys, how can I forget this? I keep on preaching volume. So if you're not sending enough connection requests, you won't even know whether your offer is the problem, your script is the problem, or your framework is the problem. So whatever you're doing, do it in the volume. Guys, so sorry again, I don't know, it was again this loom outreach, my laptop. Guys, I'm going to change my laptop very very soon, just bear with me for a few more days. Yeah, I was saying you gotta do everything in volume, whether you're doing outreach, whether you're doing, outreach we are talking about, right? So you have to send out the messages in volume. If you're not going to send messages in volume, you're not going to get to know like what's the problem. So I'll recommend my sales team, to each one of them I recommend to send minimum of 200 to 300 messages a day, and that's why we are booking so many appointments. So let me show you, like, let me open my phone up real quick. Let me show you my calendar for today, which is Thursday, right? So I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven sales call. And yesterday, I sent out two invoices for $10,000, right? Of course, one was 6,000, another one was $4,000, so that equals $10,000. If I get paid that, so that would be my first $10,000 day. I have today seven sales call, and from these seven sales call, I think, no, I don't think, I'm pretty much sure, I'm confident enough, I'm going to close all of them. But here's the calendar, if you guys can see it, right? So guys, you can see my calendar, it's completely full. When I started out, it wasn't something like this. It was like, devil all around, right? If you have seen that Grant Cardone video, like he says, like if your calendar is empty, then devil will start walking over it, right? And what he means by devil is mean no sales, right? So if you want sales, you got to make your calendar full of meetings, and that's possible just only by volume. So preach yourself, and or your sales team to do everything in volume, right? So guys, this was the second part about the outreach. Let's talk about a few more things. Let's talk about clients. So we just spoke about getting clients. Now we are talking about actual clients. For example, we got the client, now what? So guys, I when I started out, I thought like all the clients which I'm signing, he's going to stay with me forever. He was my forever client. Guys, nothing is forever, not even relationships. Like, but still, like I used to think like this way, like if I'm signing a client for $1,500, he's going to pay me $1,500 every single month forever. So I was wrong. I was, actually in a big misunderstanding. But when I figured out, my clients are just leaving me after 1 month, 2 months. So I thought like, yeah, this is not good. This is not good. This is bad. So what I realized is without signing clients, you're not getting any cash flow for your agency. And if you're not getting cash flow, you're going to die as an agency. So to avoid that part, you gotta sign new clients every single month, because if you're not signing new clients every single month, you're not getting cash flow, and without cash flow, you're just going to fall out, right? So another recommendation and suggestion for you guys: sign clients on contracts, 3 month contract, six month contract. If you're starting out, just say to them, hey John, as you're just trying my services out, just do it 1 month contract. Once you get results, then you can commit to our services for 3 months or 6 months. That exactly what I say to my clients, right? So let's talk about clients. Already talk about, like, not everyone is going to stay you with forever. Let's talk about the second part. Not all the clients are perfect. When I'm saying perfect, like, you are generating leads and they are closing sales, right, and they're making the money back, right? That's, like, doesn't happen with all the clients. It's not in the case, right? I literally worked with around 115 plus clients for both roofing and solar, and not all of them were perfect. For few of them, I have refunded a lot of money to them. A few of them already charged back me, right? Even we delivered the results, still they charged back me on Stripe as well as PayPal. We lost the case because we didn't had anything to show as proof. And he just, uploaded his the statement, bank statement, like, yeah, he has sent this much amount of money to our agency, and these guys didn't deliver the results. Of course, guys, most of the time these payment processors are, they're going to favor these clients, and this is one way of losing revenue for agency. So conclusion is, not all client is perfect. You have to give them refunds. You have to, your clients will be naysayer. Sometimes they are going to say your system doesn't work. Literally last week we onboarded offboarded one client. He was selling in California. We have sent him close to around 25 plus solid appointments. I know I shouldn't say this, but he is very aged. I think he was around 75 plus years, and he was selling solar. And again, I shouldn't say this, but what he does, he was very, incompetent in that. He didn't know how to sell solar. If I got like those 25 appointments, I would have even closed one. That guy didn't close like a single sale. Even after that, after delivering 25 appointments, we lost a lot of money. After that, we still refunded him $2,000 because he was actually, acting very frustrated. And guys, like, we we never want someone to, say bad things about us on social media. That's why we don't have any negative review about my particular agency online. Everything is just positive out there, and that's one way of, keeping things positive for a marketing agency. If your client is pissed off, and if you think you haven't delivered to him, just refund him and say, yeah, bye, let's not work anymore, something like this. So guys, not all clients are perfect. You won't be able to generate leads, you won't be able to generate good results for all of the clients, right? Not all the clients are perfect. Just remember this before starting your agency. So guys, let's talk about one last thing, which is going solo, or actually uh, getting a partner, right? If you're going solo, you have to handle everything, right? You don't have anyone. The advantage here is all the revenue you're generating for agency is just your pure profit. If you have a partner, you can delegate things. You can, go a lot. You can grow a lot faster, and you can travel a big road with him, and you can brainstorm ideas. But con is, I mean, disadvantage is your profit margins will be a little thin than before. But I would prefer, like, I have a partner and we are delegating different stuff, we are building team, and I would prefer like getting like thin margins, because in the end I don't want to keep myself busy all the time, because my time is money, right? Instead of running an agency, I could also done some new things to like get more revenue for myself, right? Not for the agency. So what I do is I just love to take action. Sometimes, obviously, guys, everyone feels down, and not everyone feels like you're doing putting in the work, because it gets very tedious, right? It's very arduous as of now, like, in everyone life, like repeating all those tasks, and it you feel like burned out, you feel exhausted. So you gotta take some breaks, go out, and but yeah, you don't have a choice again. You gotta do this, you gotta repeat everything every single day. But yeah, in the end, just don't forget you're burning yourself out. I think that's it. So I started my agency, I think in 2020, 2019. It's 2022 right now, and started with $0, right? And now my agency is worth more than $240,000. So I'm very proud, and whenever someone says me like, "Is your agency worth this much?" I sometimes get goosebumps. Sometimes, not all of the time, but I'm proud of the position where I am today. It was only possible because of three things, or maybe two things. One is being consistent, persistent, and not giving up. That's it. If you have these three qualities, you're going to scale your marketing agency to a million very soon. And if you don't have these qualities, build them in yourself and then start your agency. Guys, I think this video is like, I think 30 minutes and minutes plus already. Let's conclude this video. All I can say is just, just keep taking action. You don't have a choice. Most importantly, build your mindset, because whatever we spoke initially in the video, it was all about mindset. So if you haven't got that thing in your mind, go to that part and talk about listen and hear about mindset. Again, start reading books and take action. You all like only have one plan, that's plan A, not plan B. And guys, that's it. So let me conclude this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe the channel if you haven't already. Feedback would be again appreciated. And if you want to join my personal group coaching, 10K SMM inner circle, you're going to find the link in the description. If you want to get mentored by me, right, one on one, you're going to find a link in the description again. And there's also masterclass link in this description for signing your first client. Go to that link, watch that entire masterclass, and it will be very easy to sign your first client, because I've included some scripts as well for the outreach part, right? Guys, I think that's pretty much it. Let's conclude the video. It was I think this video might turn into a good video for you guys. I really try to provide a lot of value. Just don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, guys, all the very best. Take action and chase money. Not okay, I cannot say that. Yeah, guys, chase money, chase success, and all the best. Bye.